We are 5 Alive. I'm Bobby T.
And I'm Crza.
Right now, we're talking about our want list for Funko Pops.
I want a lot.
Me too. All right, Crza, what do we got, man? We are looking at our wants. Let's fire off into the first one.
Yeah, the first line I guess would want to be made is a mask Funko line.
We always talk about masks. It is one of Chris's favorite things of all time.
It is. I love that cartoon. And the reason why I would like to see a pop lineup of this show is because it lends a lot of opportunities in the pop rides lineup and in the chase
chase variants, because there were different costumes. There's also the helmeted and unhelmeted versions of these figures, which actually leads me to, they did it with the NFL figures. Mm-hmm. There's a removable helmet, so why can't we have a Matt Tracker with a removable helmet, or Miles Mayhem?
And the other thing too was that they had multiple characters in multiple vehicles, but when they were in one vehicle, they were wearing one outfit with a mask, and then in the other vehicle, it was a different outfit with a different mask. So that's
Matt Tracker, he comes in the Firebird or the Camaro or whatever it was.
It's a Firebird,
and he would be with the red and...
It was like red and gray.
Red and gray,
yes.
Yeah. And then I have one where he's in a camper with a rocket that shoots, or with a jet that shoots up, and he's wearing a like a leather jacket with a furry collar.
Yes.
So that would be really great.
Exactly. That would lend itself to a lot of chase variants. And then of course the different vehicles, and you could have them doing the different poses. You can either make them as the normal ride vehicle, or you can maybe have them transform.
Have them in that transform version.
Yeah. I just think that would be a very unique line.
Yeah, I definitely want that one too. Next up, we're going to talk about the horror pops.
Yeah, now this is the horror pop line. It does already have some pops in it. There's Carrie. They also did Psycho.
There's The Shining.
The Shining ones,
which we actually have some here in the arcade. We have the Grady twins. You had gotten the Jack.
Yes, exactly. And I think they did It pops
there was
as well.
The It pops. We have an It pop here, the one I believe with the boat. So a couple that you want. I know there's a few I'd like. So what do you like?
Yeah. So now, even though this line is already established, these would be new licenses.
Yes, new licenses. And that's what we're going to talk about throughout this video is the licenses maybe that they don't have, or ones that they have and they maybe just didn't do enough with, and we want to revisit these things.
Yeah. One of my favorite horror movies of all time is Halloween. I love the Halloween series. The original John Carpenter ones, I'm not so much of a fan of the Rob Zombie ones.
Okay.
But I would love to see a Michael Myers pop. I think it would be a little bit difficult to do because his mask is that pale white. Yeah, exactly. The pale white mask might be difficult to translate on a pop, style. But it would be interesting to see. Again, that would also lead to a chase variant because in the beginning of the Halloween movie, spoiler.
Spoiler on a 40-year-old film.
Exactly. There's the scene where Michael Myers gets out of the penitentiary and you actually see his face for a brief second. So that'd be a cool chase variant.
Yeah, that'd be a great. That's a con variant.
Yeah, right there you go. Where he's in his what do you call them? Those the gowns. So he's in the gown, and then and you see his face, no mask, and then it would be a variant of him, or the normal one where he with the mask and the janitor overalls. Yeah.
So I think one that I'd really like to actually see horror wise would be They Live.
Ooh, that'd be good.
With Roddy Piper. Mm. See, now we kind of hit our list from each other, so we don't really know what we're about to say. They Live would be amazing. The glasses as an accessory or as the chase. Yeah. Keith David versus Roddy Piper in the fight of the century over Put On the Glasses. That would be an awesome 2-pack of them just beat up. Then also doing variants or chase variants of the politician at the end when everything goes and everyone's looking at him. I think those would be really great. And then black and white versions.
Of course, yeah.
And the boxes. Definitely. What would be great here? The boxes. because there would be the pop box that would have the regular person in it,
yeah,
and then there would be the obey box, a plain white box that says like consume on it or something with an alien inside of it. I think this would be a great.
That'd be really cool. The other reason why I'm interested, or I would like to see these horror pops, is because some of the newer pops that are coming out, they're putting a renewed focus on accessories.
Yes, and the actions.
Yes, exactly. And so that would be great. I mean, Michael Myers holding the knife, and you could have some blood on it or something like that.
Well, they've been doing them. I like on the packaging. A lot of pop collectors don't take their stuff out of the package where there's the blood splatter on the package.
Yes,
and that would look so good on a Michael Myers in bloody variants.
Yeah.
We're getting in the 8-bit line. We have the alien bloody variant, so why not do that here?
Yeah, you could do something like that too. And I think just the Halloween line in general, I love Donald Pleasance as an actor, and I think it's just been far too long to not have him in pop form. Dr. Loomis in pop form, in my opinion, would be fantastic. And again, you could give him the revolver prop as part of the mold and everything like that. I think that would be awesome. And again, you could do another Chase variant, because you could do Halloween 1 where he's in the trench coat, but then you could do Halloween 2 or 4, or 3 doesn't count in the
3 doesn't count.
Yeah, exactly. 3 doesn't. Well, it not that it doesn't count, but it's not part of the Michael Myers universe. Even though Donald Pleasance, I think, is in it, but
they played around a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll move on.
My point is that the Chase could have him have the scarred up face, because he gets exploded and all that stuff. Dude, come on, how do you not have a pop of a man that survives an explosion like that?
Well, they do though. They have a Gus Fring from Breaking Bad. He's got the half blown off face and the half where he adjusts the tie and then he goes down.
There you go.
No, spoiler alert.
Exactly.
Not a 10-year-old show.
But I would definitely like to see a Chase variant of that. And of course, how can you not have the Halloween pops without the main female protagonist, Jamie Lee Curtis as Laurie Strode?
Awesome.
Yeah, that would be fantastic too. I mean, I just think in terms of the horror line that's already kind of established, I think Halloween is a notable miss.
It should be in there, yeah. Another one, and I'm a fan of Carpenter and the Trilogy of Madness, I think it was called. So we have In the Mouth of Madness. Well, actually, the first one is The Thing, is part 1 of this. Part 2 is In the Mouth of Madness. And part 3 is The Prince of Darkness. I'm sorry, it goes Thing, Prince of Darkness, then In the Mouth of Madness. I would love In the Mouth of Madness pieces. That was one of the creepiest, weirdest H.P. Lovecraft style stories. Sam Neill's awesome in it. The Sutter Kane figure would be amazing.
That would be cool.
There's a lot of stuff you could go with in there, but I really think The Thing is where it's at.
Yeah, I feel like Sam Neill is kind of an underrated creepy actor.
He really is, and that actually is going to bring me to another Sam Neill pop I'd like to see after we talk about this one.
Sure.
But so in that line, I think with The Thing, you obviously have you do maybe a 6-inch version of the aliens after they've been found out and they're just all crazy in it. So you could do 6-inch versions of that. You could do Kurt Russell with the dog. You could do Kurt Russell with that moment where he's holding the petri dish and he's got the burning wire. That would be another really great piece. And then moving into Prince of Darkness, you just do the priest. You do all the creepy cult members, and you do all just the creepiness of it.
Definitely.
So the line I want is Event Horizon.
That'd be good, yeah. Because again, another thing that kind of lends itself to Chase variants, because you could have normal Sam Neill, and then you could have the demonic
stabbed
Sam Neill,
out eyes, just totally like look into the darkness of the galaxy, and you go, oh my god!
And you can make a pop ride for the Event Horizon as well.
The
that would be
actual
awesome.
Event Horizon. Now they've been doing, and this actually is going to bring me to the next kind of part of things in my wants. So we talk about the rides, and we'll talk about that a little bit more. The Event Horizon lends itself to a ride, but I feel like they're missing out on not doing more dioramas. This would be more of a diorama piece. They're doing it currently with Star Wars, where you get the 2 unique figures to a diorama, whether it's the escape from the trash heap or Obi-Wan versus Darth Vader. They're making these dioramas. An Event Horizon would be really awesome.
That would be good. That's something I'd really like to see.
Yeah, me too, man. next up on our list, we're going to talk about the 8-bit pops. There's a few that we're pretty interested in, and a few that we'd like to see go into the line. So what do you got, Crza?
Yeah, so the 8-bit line is something that's already kind of established, but this is something I feel like is a miss that I'd like to see in there, which is Final Fantasy pops.
Yeah, we were talking about this earlier, and we really think that's massive hole missing.
Yeah, I'd really like to see a Black Mage VV pop and the Red Mage. I think those are iconic characters from the early Final Fantasies that should be a part of it. The problem is that it's a Square Enix property, and it seems like they really like to keep a hold on their properties and not really like to license them out.
But as of late, they've been going with Diamond Select Toys with their Kingdom Hearts stuff and making Kingdom Hearts stuff in general. So clearly they're able to give it away, so hopefully Funko can really nab them, because I'd like to see a 7 from Final Fantasy 3.
That'd be awesome, yeah. I'm not sure how the Kingdom Hearts licensing works since it's part of Disney as
also,
well. Yeah, so I don't know. They might have some... Maybe Disney has the rights to the merchandise, whereas in Square Enix, publishes and everything. Who knows? But either way, I'm not a businessman. I don't know how all that stuff behind the scenes works. I'm just here to talk about what I want to see. And Final Fantasy Pops is definitely something, especially in the 8-bit form, it lends itself perfectly to that, and I want to see it.
So there's a few here that I have off the top of my head that I'd like to see. One being a 2-pack of Double Dragon.
That would be cool, yeah. I think a 2-pack would definitely be something that would fit perfectly.
And this feeds into what I was talking about earlier by dioramas. We can have an alley diorama with the 2 guys in it.
Yeah,
and that would be an awesome piece that you could use some of your other stuff in.
Would you want... So if you want to see Double Dragon 8-bit, what about like random generic bad guy
just
from
bad
the
guy, and then a 6-inch version of, I believe his name was Abobo.
There you go.
Like, that'd be awesome.
Yeah,
like a 6-inch version, and then your variant versions could be the if they're bosses, the red and yellow version when they're flashing, they're about to die. You get a couple more hits. Another line that I think would blow up is Earthworm Jim.
That would be cool.
We haven't seen anything.
Yeah, that would be a unique pop. Specifically, just because the shape of Jim,
the weirdness of
yeah.
them,
Normally, they have the normal bobblehead pops, and I'd like to see how they would
that translation would be weird.
To like
maybe the bubble would be, because he does have a space version.
He does have the helmet on, yeah. So you could do that, and then have the little top of the worms.
Yeah, I think it would be great. So another one that just kind of came into my mind would be Battletoads.
Battletoads would be good too. Yeah.
Another where you could kind of get different versions of them. So I think
because if I remember correctly, with Battletoads, you could change the color of their skin too. So that could lend itself very well to chase variants.
Could be some good stuff. So
and you could do a pop rides on their hoverboards.
Oh, so, dude, that just got me. That would be pretty good. So hey, come on, Funko, snap 2. So we're talking rides. I am very excited. There's a lot of things coming out. There's a lot of things that aren't coming out. So what are some of the ones you're looking? You would want, I guess, not what you're looking forward to.
Let's see. I mean, it seems like the pop rides lineup is kind of an untapped resource. I don't know if it's something that maybe they're figuring is a little bit more popular. They're kind of
gotten more.
Yes,
popular,
exactly.
absolutely.
Because there has been some rides before.
Yeah, the DeLorean was really nice. I like the Hurley and the van from Lost was really, really cool.
I think they also did some Wacky Racers ones as well. But it just seems like they're coming out with more because
it's definitely catching heat.
They are doing the Jurassic Park Ellie in her Jeep and everything like that. Wait. That looks awesome. Yeah, they've also done Kylo Ren in his TIE Fighter for the new Star Wars movie. So it seems like they're starting to pick up on that. But something that I really like to see that seems like it's kind of, again, an untapped resource is an Indiana Jones ride.
Yeah, that was one that we just really haven't seen anything of. And I'd also like to see some diorama work. We have the Snake Pit. We've got the Ark of the Covenant with the melting faces. You've got so many things you could do with Indy. But one that you had mentioned was possibly... The motorcycle.
The motorcycle, yeah, the two-wheeler one there where he's riding it, and then Sean Connery is in
his dad's in the side
the sidecar there. That's what you call it. And plus, there's a bunch where he's been in a couple different planes. I mean, you could do the one from Raiders where he's on the pontoon plane with Jacques and the snake and everything like that. There's the plane that they're in, even in The Last Crusade 2, where
there's always a plane.
Him and Connery are fending off the Nazis in that weird little biplane thing.
A young Indiana Jones from Last Crusade, actually, the
train,
Phoenix, and the train. So you'd have either your choice of young Indy in the snake train, or young Indy on the horse with the cross getting away, because that's kind of where we started. So I think that would be really, really cool. And accessories wise, you would have the tablet from all of the movies. Really, there's always a tablet or a thing, or there's always something. But I think you're right. There is a pretty missed opportunity here, and that actually kind of loosely brings me around to the idea of rides. Reason being,
weren't we just talking about rides?
No. There is an Indiana Jones ride.
You're talking about like actual rides.
Rides.
Okay,
so
I gotcha.
One resource I think that Disney has missed out on is making rides of their rides. So would Indiana Jones lend itself? And what other rides could we really get into here?
I got it.
What do you got, bud?
Dude, and I'm not even a Disney fan, and I'm already calling you.
I just want to tell you, I have been to Disney over 60 times, and Crza doesn't even care. So I can't even imagine what you've got. So
I've got the definitive ride right here.
I hope so. Let's see.
Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, the Pop Ride.
My God. So this video has gone in an unexpected direction because Crza just blew my mind, and we're going to talk about that. Rides of rides. Disney's known for these iconic rides. You have Space Mountain, Splash Mountain, the Carousel, the Teacups. You've got all these things that people who haven't even been to Disney know about. The Dumbo ride and the magic carpets, and there's so many things we can do here. There's Rock and Roller Coaster if you leave. The Magic Kingdom. You've
Haunted Mansion.
Haunted Mansion would be amazing. Pirates of the Doom buggies. Oh man, I'm goosebumping over here like crazy. Spaceship Earth would be phenomenal, and then you can also make figures of generic people. So you've got you can have a little kid with ears on. You could do variants of them with the classic 1960s and 70s style stuff. Definitely. There's a lot to be done there, but I would love a Space Mountain with the little astronaut on it, or a miner on the Big Thunder Mountain, or really any of these things. But the Pirates of the Caribbean would be a really, really good one. So, but for real, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, man. Oh God, you just totally broke my brain. I want it now. Disney, make this happen. I'm gonna be there in a few months. You better be there.
There you go.
So now we're gonna talk about some general wants.
Are you? Are you back in? No,
nope.
You still.
No, I'm still up there.
The mind is still,
still there. So I think for one of my wants, I'd like to see some of the Kellogg cereal. Tony the Tiger, Captain Crunch. A few of these guys would be really, really great. I think Toucan Sam.
Would they be great?
Great. There's also, I believe, Toucan Sam. Snap, Crackle, and Pop.
That'd be a good 3-pack. Yeah, that'd be a good 3-pack for Snap, Crackle, and Pop.
And we can have black and white variants. These things have been around forever. Captain Crunch has had so many different versions, flocked versions, as hot as they are and hot as they were.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with the flocked, I guess, fad with Funko, because it seemed like last year they were super into it. There was a lot of flocked stuff coming out.
They got into glitter.
Yeah.
They did. There's the Disney Pops that have the glitter bases. I wanted the Ursula, and then I saw it, and it was just a disaster. It looked like a DIY. Someone did it in the garage. It was really bad.
I don't know. Which is a shame, because I feel like the flocked line was actually really cool. I mean, last year they did the Chip and Dale's. What is it, San Diego Comic-Con
one? But that lends so perfectly to it.
True, but that's
they
what
got
I'm saying.
A little crazy with the flock. They're like, let's make things that aren't flock.
But the Kellogg one would work out.
It makes sense.
I just feel like it kind of got super popular, and then it died down. Really I don't know. Maybe it cost too much to flock them. I don't know. Again, I'm not a businessman. I don't deal with that with the business side. We're talking about what we want. Yeah,
logistics.
Exactly. This doesn't matter. The money does not matter. This is just super fandom on display, and we want what we want because we love it.
Which is what brings me to the next one. I want SIlverhawks. This is a show from the 80s. It had these space... I don't even know how to explain it.
Cowboys.
Space Cowboys?
Yeah.
So there was one called Bluegrass we'll use as the example. His instrument was a guitar. He could play crazy guitar and it would shoot out and all this. Doing metallic versions of these where it's the basic pop vinyl in a metallic-esque version.
Yeah, and that wouldn't be too difficult to do because they've already done metallic versions. Yeah. Over and done. You know, I think they've got that process down.
Then we get chrome versions as the chases, and those I think would be really amazing. One that you would mention as the chase would be the bad guy.
Yeah, because the bad guy has two different forms and whatever mutation that he has. I don't remember.
Yeah, we don't remember exactly. I'll probably pop a picture up in here somewhere.
How he did it, but I just remember there was one form of him like when he's in the spaceship or whatever, and then
his transform state is completely different.
Mm-hmm.
So another line, and I think this would be the one that would make us all crazy, Calvin and Hobbes.
That'd be good too.
Going back to even being a child, running into book fairs with as many pennies as I could save to try to get the newest or whatever Calvin and Hobbes book I could get. You get these good thick, just compilations of the Saturday morning or the Sunday comic. We could have Hobbes as the stuffed animal. We could have the 80 million different versions of Calvin.
Yeah.
You could also take the route of Hobbes in Flocked, or Hobbes in Glitter, or Hobbes in
Glitter.
They are willing to do almost anything here.
True.
Fact is, I'd take a gold set.
That'd be cool.
If they made a Calvin and Hobbes standard in gold, would be really, really awesome.
Yeah, again, and that some of those pieces would really be good in a 2-pack. You know, Calvin and Hobbes together, and you could do some special variant in that.
How awesome would a sled be?
That'd be
a sled ride or the wagon ride would be the Hobbes in the wagon would be pretty phenomenal. And then the one that just kind of came to my mind, and I really want this. I want Nintendo Pops. And I know that World of Nintendo's doing their thing, but it would be really nice to see the 8-bit versions, the black and white versions. There's a lot there that we can do, but that's probably never going to happen, so we might as well move on.
Yeah, I mean, that's just something that, again, Nintendo, much like Square Enix, they hold on tight to their properties, which rightly so. I mean, they've been curating that history and that
done them well to this point.
Exactly. So I mean, more power to them, but yeah, we'll have to move on for that. I do think I have another bombshell for you. Another
all right, hit me with it.
Another definitive ride.
Yep.
The Sea Duck from Tailspin.
Oh, geez, that would be so perfect, especially now because we have Disney Afternoon stuff coming out. They have the action figures, the mystery minis. Pops are right around the corner.
You know what would I think is even better than that because there's multiple versions that we can do for this license or this property, I should say. Darkwing Duck rides, because you can do the motorcycle, you can do the plane.
Amazing.
Yeah,
I love it. So I think we have no further we can go on that because I think we just broke it.
Yeah, I think that's the top.
That was the one, Disney Afternoons, man. So I think with that, we have been 5 Live, and I am Bobby T.
And I'm Crza.
Do not forget, folks, you bought it because you love it. That's all that matters.
Hey guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. That's 5 Alive VP across all social media platforms: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
And also Patreon. Patreon.com/5AliveVP. And don't forget to leave comments down here. It really helps us know what we want to get out there. And click on the videos that are floating around. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe.